Oh shit, Chad, we're going in, baby. Last day of the year.
Oh yeah.
You guys thought we weren't gonna make it, but we are here, baby.
Like we would miss our last trading day of the year.
We're here for the chat, baby.
Let's go, boys. Let's end this off with a bang. Try and catch a good one to end off that 2023 season.
Chad, are you guys ready? Just want to get Curly on here as well.
Oh, it was the main man joining
My
us.
boy Curls, the one and only Poloni from Benoni.
Did you see how the last time he was on, the Chad was taking bets on whether this guy's a skateboarder or a BMX rider?
I saw that. I saw that.
Only to be confirmed. Apparently, Curly, you were a former BMX rider.
Yeah, I was. That's crazy. How do people know that? Wait, that's yeah.
You give off the vibe, man. You give off the vibe.
Yeah.
Chad, but before we start, let's just get into this drop. Ah, baby, Thursday in the market.
Let go.
There's probably so many people in the chat that know me from 2019. That's crazy.
Chad Adonia. All right, Chad. It is Thursday, and let me just get this music up a little bit here. And 21st. Edgar, how are you, my brother? We're not gonna tell the chat how rushed we were getting 2 minutes ago, but we
We are professionals. We show up and we look poised while we do it.
we've got Curly. Please share your screen so I can just set up your camera, please, my brother. If you can do me a
For sure, bro. For sure. Just let me close some stuff here, which stream cannot see. And
Hi,
and I'll-
Pornhub.
Yeah, bro. Jeez. I was about to get that premium subscription, but I can't let them see that, you know. So no, I'm just joking. Oh man, that's hilarious.
All right, Chad, just give me a sec. Let me just get my boy Curly on here. Where's Curly? There's Curly. Let me just... Chad, mic check. Please let me know how the mic is. I just want to make sure everything is sorted here. Where is... Oh, there's Jeff Cam. Alright. Give me a second. I just need to do some in production editing here on my side. We're gonna get Curly on very shortly.
I need to take a phone call quick. I'll be with you now.
Alright, that looks good. It's Curly in here. Let's just check here. Alright, Curly, he'll be back shortly. Chad, it is the last day of the year for me trading. We're gonna get sorry Chad, just let me know. Mic check, mic check. How's the audio in terms of the music and the mics? Is the music good? Too loud? Too soft? Just want to make sure that is good for you guys. Please let me know. Ken, Zhang Lang, Jex, Neil. Neil, baby. Ashton V, Etienne. Curly Trades in the house as well. DJ Connor, Etienne Grobler, Obusite Moguera. Good morning, good morning. Shawnee Travels. Beautiful to see you, my brother. Marco, SP, David Govender, Waden Cave, Amina. Good morning, Amina. Hope you are well. Steve Jacobs, Guiding Toad. Scalping is the easiest, worst way to make money. Scalping will take years of your life, my brother. Lifestyle addicts. Lifestyle.
My boy.
Lifestyle becoming an absolute cornerstone of the chat there. Cameron. Audio good. Okay. Chad, let's see what we've got. I'm not going to be trading tomorrow. I've got a few errands to run. I'll still be watching the charts because I am a degenerate like that, and I think most of you are.
Obsessed much?
Yeah, always. Even if you just browse, you go, you check the markets, and it's like, let me just have a little squeeze at what's happening here. But yeah, Chad. We've got GDP later this afternoon, last deck of data for the US, that is red folder. Just want to see tomorrow. What do we have on for tomorrow? Jeez, okay, tomorrow is also a busy one. But for the session today, let's quickly check today. Only thing to really look out for is later this afternoon, this big deck of data coming out of the US. So nothing in session really now for us except that PPI coming out of Italy, but not really going to affect us. Weird day in the markets yesterday, but I'm going to go through it now, Chad. Going to start off with DXY. Remember, we are bearish on the week. If you look at the weekly candle, remember I said that you've got a clear break of structure on the weekly, and the expectation would be that we would continue lower to eventually come and hit this 181 level. However, a little bit muted price action this week so far. Daily time frame, let's quickly jump over to the daily. Daily is now doing this weird little wedge where it is now compressing, and you guys know what happens when price compresses like this. It is setting up for an expansion move. To what side, I do not know. I think there's a lot of traders out there that would say, oh, you will look at the first initial impulsive move, then the expectation would be that this compression move, the next move would follow the previous leg down. So whether that's true or not, years ago I would have been all over this trying to get in, but purely no better now, and I'll just wait for the breakout. So neutral on the day, Chad, because we are technically in this weird little daily range. So neutral on the day. Maybe we stay in this range till after Christmas, I don't know. But just looking at ranges, this is the upper limit of the range. We've got the lower limit of the range right here. So this will most probably be the crux of your range for the day. Am I ever going to say that once we get above 102.22, that is when I will get bullish on the dollar? and anything below 101.52, that is when I will technically get bearish again. So neutral, 5-minute time frame. Let's quickly have a squiz at the 5. What's the 5 doing? Nice little Asia range, a little bit of a gap down. If you look left here, there's a little bit of an open gap, so maybe we go and fill that. And I'm gonna be really honest with you, I would love for that gap to first get closed and then to see what we do here at Asia highs. This is what's going to determine whether we go lower or whether we continue this move up from yesterday. So that is DXY. Let's quickly look at Asia before I get to the US indices. Let's quickly look what happened overnight. Nikkei closing down minus 1.6%. Massive gap down. I don't know what happened. Chad, anyone check news last night? Obviously, I'm going to go to the US indices now as well. Hang Seng closing relatively flat, up 0.10%. Edgar, did you see anything last night? Because US equities collapsed as well. Around about 9:30, that collapse started.
No, I wasn't watching from that time. There was nothing on the economic calendar that I'm aware of. So.
No, that's why I wonder if it's something related to the Middle East. Chad, give me a second. I just want to check Forex Factory real quick. Something definitely broke last night in the markets. I just want to see. Okay, Fed Arca commenting there. Alright. Sorry, Chad, I just want to browse through the headlines from. Okay, Fed Arca says rates should move down, but not immediately. Okay. I don't think Fed Arca's comments can really collapse the market like that. Could it be Fed Arca? I don't know. Could it be Fed? Chad, did you guys see anything last night? Heard on Bloomberg one of the biggest put options was open on the S&P. No, that's a put option is not gonna cause that, no,
like
brother.
That,
no, that's options. The actual cash market, yeah, maybe it's a little bit of fear. Anyway, we'll have a look into that daily time frame. All right, so if you guys go back to what we discussed on Monday's session, this for me now becomes a potential reversal pattern. Short-term reversal, see how we took out the previous daily high, and then we continue to take out that low as well. So let me actually get that on the Discord for you guys, show you what I'm looking at, and actually apply what I've been teaching you guys. Also got a nice little message last night. One of the viewers catching some phenomenal buys on US30 after I discussed. Go check yesterday morning's analysis, and somebody was taking notes, and I'm very glad. So join the Discord chat if you have not yet, in the description. So what am I looking at for US30? So US30, I'm looking at this in the middle here. So I'm just going to copy that to show you guys exactly what I mentioned yesterday. We first need to see sellers coming into the market and establish some type of resistance. So I'm looking at actually both of these setups, both valid. Let me just bring this across here. So there you can clearly see what we've got here. We had this little bit of a resistance candle there. We had that break and then the failure to continue higher. So I would say more or less we're looking at this setup here on the daily time frame. So I'm bearish on the day, and I want to see some bearish continuation. Edgar, dude, the music sounds so loud to me.
Yeah, it sounds alright to me.
Sure, okay. All right, Chad. So could this be the start of a bit of a pullback? I'm going to say monitor this 37,300 level. Bearish on the day while we stay below that 5-minute time frame. What do we have on the 580 last night? Shifted heavily bearish. Also trading below the 200. We've got the daily pivot there. We've got the EMAs there. So I'm going to say monitor this entire zone here. This entire zone for potential sells. How big is this zone? Only 40 points. So monitor that for potential sells. If we do not react off this level and continue lower, if we don't do something like this, then I'm going to say this zone can flip back into a support. So if we do something like this a little bit later on for the NYSE session, something like that, then it's definitely going back higher. But if we continuously reject the shorts do look good, and I'm going to say shorts all the way back here to 36,802. So please monitor that. Nasdaq, let's quickly have a look at my boy Nas here. All right, so what do we have on Nasdaq? Literally the same setup, reversal sells. See there how it took out the previous daily high. It took that out, then took out that previous daily low as well. Nice bearish engulfing. However, only thing though is that we are now trading in this weird little range right here. So for the most part, this is going to be the range for the day. So monitor 16,768 for potential sells, for continuation sells 16,595. If we start trading above 16,768, we can start seeing that move back up. So please monitor this level right here, and even monitor this level right here to see what we do there. But again, I am bearish on US indices for the day. This is when we talk about secondary market structure. Primary market structure is obviously bullish, but we do expect some type of pullback as well. So keep that in mind. USD JPY. Okay, what do we have on USD JPY? As mentioned yesterday, we are now trading within this range. We are still bearish on the weekly time frame. This was the pullback. Are we going to start trading lower? I am bearish on the day, and I'm going to tell you why now. I'm bearish on the day due to the fact we already broke yesterday's low. We found some resistance in this zone right here. This is a previous support area, retested, starting to move down. Only way I can get bullish is if we get a daily candle closure above this 200 daily EMA and we do something like this. That is the only way that I can get bullish again on this. But for the time being, I am bearish on it. 5-minute time frame. What do we have on the 5? Let's quickly establish our Asia range. Nice wide little Asia range, not ideal. Got a weekly pivot here, daily S1. Everything's looking bearish. However, I don't want to sell here in the middle of the range. I want to see if we can maybe push up higher and still be bearish up here. That is the ideal sell scenario. Otherwise, I think this is going to be the battleground this morning. We'll see how we open up in 8 minutes time. That's going to be the battleground for UJ, and we'll see what we get there. GJ daily time frame. Let's quickly look at the daily. Again, daily weird range. So we've got this 183.40. Most likely, if we continue back bullish, we'll come back to test that level. This will be the range for the bullish move. And then we've got this tiny little range for the bearish move. I do, however, think once we start trading below 180, we could get a lot of volume. We're also trading at the weekly pivot. I'm gonna go bearish on the day. Bearish on the day for GJ 5-minute time frame. Let's quickly look at the 5. What do we have on the 5? Asia lows down here. Asia low, Asia high. Alright, weekly pivot. 80 is looking bearish. Yo, Chad, I would love for it to first push up here to this level and then look for potential shorts up there. Yeah. Okay, Chad, before I continue on to let me quickly do EJ, then we're going to go over to Edgar, check what he's looking at. Alright. I'm new. Yo, this is weird. I'm neutral on EJ, Chad. I'm going to tell you now why. I'm neutral because here's the thing. We talked about it yesterday. We failed to continue lower from here. So that little structure break there, we failed to continue lower, and we actually came up to take out this last lower high right there. So this could just be a pullback to continue back higher up. So I'm neutral, and let's see what the 5-minute is showing me. Let me just do this quickly. Asia lows, Asia highs. Okay, now everything's still looking heavily bearish on the 5-minute, and Asia low still intact. So I'm gonna say, let's see if we can get some type of pullback back there for shorts. 157.10. I would love to get into some shorts right there. But with that being said, I'm gonna head over to my man Edgar here. Edgar, give the chat what you are looking at, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages. So, just looking at the 4-hour swing structure, we are still overall in a, just zoom out here properly. So we still have our 4-hour strong highs intact, our 4-hour weak lows waiting to be taken out. We have had in recent time a nice little bearish push down, pull back into areas of supply here, into nice little areas of supply here, and then a nice little reaction down that way. I do expect these 4-hour weak lows to eventually be targeted. So we're overall going with the, we're overall going with the bias that eventually we're going to have a nice little bearish push at some point. So if we look at the overall dimensions of this, if we look where our strong high to our weak low are, we have yet to reach the discount of price. So that is really good confluence that eventually price is going to want to target down here into areas of demand before eventually either coming up or disrespecting the zone entirely. So if we zoom into our 15-minute timeline, switch to that. There we go. So if we zoom into our 15-minute timeline, we have this area that I'm looking to go short from. We have this nice little order block here, followed creating this little nice change of character down here, nice little body closure below this low over here. So we had that little change of character here, creating this nice little supply zone, which I'm looking to take shorts from. Now, this is a high risk area to take shorts from, so I'm going to look for a confirmation entry, which will explain the confirmation and risk entries when we go into our little what do you call it, boot camp. That's going to be happening a little bit later. So I'm looking for price to dance up this area, come in here to give you a little confirm before eventually shooting back down. So that's going to be my plan for EU. If we do end up disrespecting this zone and climbing further, then likely we're going to see that little shift up there, which is why I'm waiting for a little confirmation entry, because I'm unsure if the move is going to happen from this area, or the extreme area up there. If we look at the overall move that's happened here on the 15-minute timeline, taking our fib tool, retracing it from where our high and our low is, we are in an area of discount for this little swing structure. So at any point in time, things could swing back up. So that's why I'm being a little bit cautious with these zones over here, because price could come and target the extreme supply up here or any of the supply zones we have along the way. So I'm going to wait for a confirmation entry just to make sure that we have the correct zone before jumping in. If we look at GU, really similar trade plan. I'm looking at taking these areas of supply, looking for a little bit of a calm from riding down. Our next area of interest is quite a ways up, so I'm not anticipating price to reach this area of supply anytime today unless we have some crazy volatility with the US news that's coming out later today. But aside from that, plan will be to come into these areas of supply, give me a little confirm before we ride down. So that's going to be the plan on EU and GU on my side. Not too complicated, not too hard to deal with.
Sure, Ed, we're going to give Curly a go now as well. I just want to finish up here. Markets are about to open in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding. Round one, fight. All right, Chad, we're going to anyways wait for the 15-minute shuffle. Not DXY, gold. Looking on the daily time frame, we are now back into this weird little range right here. So bearish continuations, anything below 2035, we're going to go all the way down to 2016. Closures above 2035, we're going back up to 2050. So relatively straightforward. I am neutral on the day because we have now closed back inside of the range. We are still creating bullish order flow here. 5-minute time frame. Let's quickly look at the 5. What do we have? 80 is relatively flat, almost corrective back to the downside. Gold has been in a range since yesterday, ugly little range. I'm going to say monitor this zone right here. This is going to be your key. Gold is going to move from here, 2034, 2035, daily pivot there. Let's see what she does here, and then you can take your bullish or bearish bets. Anything like this, I will look potentially short. But if we start trading or we start holding this and the 80 can start flipping bullish again, buyers don't look too bad. GU, let's quickly finish GU and EU and then we can get into it. GU, weirdly enough, I am bearish on the day. GU bearish. I'm going to show you now why as well. GU bearish. You can see that we failed from this little low here. We failed to create a new high. So that low there did not take out this previous high, but this little high up here took out a low. So I am looking for some bearish order flow today. Also in terms of simple setups, that's also on the Discord. If you jump onto the Discord, let me just show you guys what are we looking at here. This is, wait, where's it? Shit, it's gone. Okay, let's just snip it again. I'm looking at this little setup here. You can see that this looks very similar. Does this look similar? This, all of this, does this look similar to that? I hope you can say yes, because that is a reversal setup on the daily, and I am bearish. Let's look at the 5. What do we have on the 5? Weirdly enough though, on the 5, the 80 is still pushing up. Very, very weird. It's actually been pushing up since Tuesday, but we have been going lower. So either, if you look at price, either the 80 is going to need to catch up with price, or this is all just accumulation to push back higher. But I'm gonna say I am bearish on the day. I would just need to see the 80 start flipping bearish, and we've got this 12625. I'm not gonna sell Asia lows. I'm actually gonna wait for this level right here, or if we do something like this and we take Asia highs and we then come back, then I will look for sell continuations to take out Asia lows. And Euro USD daily time frame, very awkward, not as clean, not as clear cut as the rest. So where did Curly go? We'll get him back now. Neutral, EU neutral for me. EU neutral, 5-minute time frame. Let's see. We are in this range right here. So let me see. Neutral. Asia highs have been pipped. Daily pivot up here. 80. What is the 80 doing? 80 is looking bullish. All right. Chad, I'm going to wait. I'm going to need to see what we do either here or... yeah, not... oh, this thing's not clean. Alright, yeah, Euro does not look clean. GU looks a lot cleaner. Alright, Chad, markets are open. Let's see. Let me just see if I can get Curly back online here. See, he tried phoning me. Let me see if I can get Curls back online. Okay, just having some network issues. Chad, but how's it going? Last stream of the year.
It's crazy to think the year is almost over.
I hope you guys are ready for next year. We're going to chat a little bit about some goal setting as well. I would have loved to stream tomorrow, but however, my wife said, Chris, when are you gonna stop? When are you gonna stop? And I said, all right, I'll stop today. And I believe we pushed hard this year. We put in a lot of effort for you guys. We put a lot of effort into the content. And do not think that I'm just going to be on holiday. I'm actually planning a very nice, I don't know if you can call it a diagram, but basically something that sets out what we discussed this entire week, with literally pictures, with like tick boxes, so you can literally sit there and you can copy it onto your chart. And for instance, if you're looking for a reversal buy, it's going to show where Asia range is. It's going to show you what you need to wait for. It's going to show you the time, everything. So I'm busy with that. I'm even thinking of getting it onto like a mouse pad or something that you can actually print on a A1 piece of paper, literally showing you everything. So I'm gonna try and get a little bit creative with that for you guys. Edgar, have you had coffee, my brother?
I'm not a big coffee drinker.
Oh, really? Are you more tea guy?
I'm not a hot beverage person, eh?
Oh, okay.
Surprisingly enough. I'm like, I don't know. I like saving my caffeine for when I'm in the gym. Otherwise, I try and stay away from the stuff.
All right, Chad. I'm just gonna make a quick coffee for me. That's most probably gonna be 3 minutes. We still have 8 minutes left for the shuffle, and we've got our alerts set. GU, let's see, EU, and more of a monster person. Oh my goodness.
Justice, bro, how's your heart doing?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I'm off that strong stuff. But we're definitely gonna get something here today, Chad. So I'm gonna leave you guys with Edgar. Edgar to entertain you for say 3 minutes. Edgar doesn't want coffee. I'm gonna grab a coffee. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
You do your thing, bro. You do your thing. So guys, like we're saying, like we're gonna go through a little bit of goal setting and all of that for next year. But before you can set goals for next year, you need to do a little bit of self-reflection on this year. How have things gone? How has the trading been going? Are you profitable? If not profitable, why are you not profitable? If you are profitable, what are the good habits you've gotten into that have gotten you profitable? I find a lot of the conversations I have with newer traders. I'm still a relatively new trader myself. I only got into this February till now, and I find what has set me apart from some of my peers who started at similar times is that I'm very critical with how I do things. So it's like, okay, cool. Like, how is this last month gone? Have I been clapped by the market? If yes, why? If not, what have I been doing that's been a little bit more successful? And then write these things down. Don't even have it as like abstract thoughts in your mind. Like, you need to write these things down and be like, okay, what has been happening? What trades have I taken? Have I journaled each and every one of them? Why were the winners winners? Why were the losers losers? What can I do differently moving forward? And it's that kind of accountability to yourself that is going to eventually make this whole process a little bit easier, help you find your specific edge, and that's going to get you over the hill to profitability. Because like I said, if you guys tuned in yesterday, I was saying like how my current strategy, I only have a 53 to 55% strike rate. So I win just a touch bit more often than I lose. But what has been the saving grace for my equity curve and my profitability is the fact that that strike rate combined with my risk management, combined with my trade plans, is what's turned me profitable. So if you take any of those components out of the equation, suddenly I'm not making money in this market. It's the same trade idea, but because my trade management's off, I'm losing money more often than I'm winning. I'm making money. So it's that kind of accountability where you're dissecting and properly analyzing each step of the process and everything that goes into it, and maximizing that as much as you can. That's going to be the edge. So have you guys been self-reflecting? Have you guys figured out how this year has gone? And after you self-reflect, how are you then going to bring that into your goal setting for next year? So it's all a systematic process. Who's joining us? Hey, what's up, brother? You well? So, Chad, have you guys been critical with yourselves? Have you, those of you who are not yet profitable, have you been critical with yourself? Have you figured out which milestones you want to hit? Have you figured out how to get there? Like, 'cause those are the things I find a lot of us skimp on. A lot of us don't like doing the ugly work. We like the fun in the market, taking a trade, feeling the adrenaline. I know I've been there. I can relate. But it's the boring. It's when I got serious about the boring stuff that everything started to switch. I've been quite blessed. Like, not many people, from the conversations I've had, not many people get to where I am in as quick a time. But I've been fortunate. Like, I've had Chris, I've had Keegan, I've had this stream, I've had really good mentors around me who have helped me bypass some of those early mistakes and get to this point a little bit quicker with less grief than most people would. But the secret sauce has just been being critical with what am I doing and why am I doing it. We have 009 and love that. To be honest, I haven't criticized myself as I should. Yeah, and it's not a comfortable feeling to be real with yourself and be like, listen, I took this trade. Why did I take it? Like, did it meet my criteria? Did it meet my strategy? Was it FOMO? Was it greed? Am I trying to make a quick buck? There's a really good book. What's it called now? The Psychology of Money. It's a really good book. I can't remember who it's by. I'll tell you guys now. The Psychology of Money. I find a good friend of mine, Keegan Bauer. Shout out if you're watching, Keegs. He was the one who put me on to trading. I think we had a conversation like late December last year. And he was like, oh no, I'm starting trading. This is why it is. You're basically just buying and selling. And I was like, it sounds like a scam to me, bro. And I was like, no, that's legit. And he's a guy I trusted. And the first thing he told me was like, listen, before you even look at a chart, before you even think about putting money into this, he was like, listen, I want you to read these books, get familiar with this concept first, and then maybe you can look at the chart, get an MT5 account, and like do your thing. And I was like, okay. So one of the books he put me onto was The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. I'm gonna just comment that here in the chat so you guys can go see it. You can probably get if you guys are into illegal piracy, you can get yourself a free copy like I did. There it is in the chat. So read that book, and it talked about how people think about money. It made me realize I don't even know what my thoughts about money are. Like, why do I think about it? Why do I want it? How much of it do I want? And all those kinds of questions started it forced me to confront that with myself. And before I got into actual trading, I didn't really grasp okay, cool. I read this book. It has nothing to do about trading. Why'd you make me read this book? And it wasn't until I started actually trading and putting trades in, I was like, okay, cool. I'm actually a greedy bastard at heart. And all my trades are based on either fear, or they're based on greed, or any one of which of those emotions. So I was like, okay, you need to shine a mirror at yourself and really figure out okay, what am I doing and why am I doing it? One thing you gotta learn about me, guys, I am dyslexic AF. I can't read for shit. Cuz micro. What strategy do you use? I use SMC, Smart Money Concepts. I've put my own little spin to it that I'm still trying to refine, which is what I'm going to be doing after today. It's going to be just back testing and figuring out my strategy to try and really rail it in, because my strategy has gotten me profitable, but there are a lot of that 53%, 55% strike rate is good, but I think I can get it better. There are a lot of little mistakes I'm still making. Like I said, I'm still relatively new, so I'm going to spend the next couple months next couple weeks purely just trying to refine and get better at it. All right, I just heard an alarm go off. Okay, we just crossed the weekly pivot on there. Lacquer. So, folks, so we're going to be going through a lot of that today. We're going to be going through goal setting for next year, trade management, and how to really refine those little key points of your trading to try and really maximize it to its full potential. Because what frustrates me a lot about trading is you get you get 16-year-olds and 19-year-olds making bank. And here I am. I'm like, listen, I got a master's degree. I'm fairly intelligent. I've lived a couple years. How are these teenagers doing better at this than I am? So I find it's not trading is one of those things where being smart or priding yourself in being smart isn't necessarily the key to trading. It's formulating a strategy that has an edge in the market and then staying true to that strategy. So it's all about really facing yourself and be like, listen, when I get into a trade, what am I doing and why am I doing it? Hey, there's bondage going on here. Do you think? Yeah, you guys, and I get claustrophobic too.
Just want to bring someone else in here as well.
Oh, hey, we're doing things for this last stream, eh?
Yeah, you're getting Justin on board.
Yes, man.
Just watch your ears. Let's keep it below. That was good.
Lekker.
Just need a cable.
Okay, cool. You do your thing. Coach Carter. Hey, Ed, check out Pip Labs for back testing. Pip Labs. Never heard of it. Let's give it a shot here. Pip Labs. Is it free? I like free. Tell me it's free. 20 USD a month. 140 USD for yearly. They got a free demo, which I like. Because I was literally today about to purchase what's this thing? Replay FX. I was going to use that for my back testing because I used its free demo to do a lot of my back testing before, because they give you like a 3-day or whatever account. Piplab, this looks legit. I'm gonna play around with this later. Thanks, Coach Carter. Appreciate the hookup. Definitely gonna check this out because this looks good. Because I can. What I like about FX Replay, I'm seeing Pip Labs has it too, is that I can put actual trades in my back testing and then use that to get really good data on how my trades went, It calculates what your average RR is, how long you hold a trade for, when your trades get executed, when your trades get exited. And then that's all the data that you can use to go into the live market. For example, I find that my London trades, the trades that get activate during London, tend to have the highest hit rate. The ones in New York tend to have the lowest hit rate. But the ones in the New York session tend to have a larger RR. So I tend to swing those a little bit longer than I would the London ones. So that's valuable information I wouldn't have actually figured out on my own without that incredible piece of software. So that's the kind of data you have to look at when you're backtesting. I know how I was backtesting the beginning was purely go on to TradingView, do a little replay, be like, okay, cool. Like there was a zone here. Let me rewind a little bit further. Add the little position tool. I'm like, okay, that would have played out. Okay, cool. Going back into the live market later and I can't figure out for the life of me why can I never get this in a live market? And I'm like, that's because you're cheating a little bit. Like you're seeing everything in hindsight, and the market makes 100% sense in hindsight. So even with your back testing, being strict enough with yourself to be like, okay, I'm gonna rewind all the way back here. I'm not gonna forward in time. And if I forward in time too far and miss something, it's missed. I'm not going to count it. I'm not going to reverse back. Even if I would have seen it, it's gone. So that when I can calculate my equity at the end, like the equity from the back testing, it's a true example of what would happen in real life market conditions.
Chad, we've got Justin on. That's the guy breathing in the mic like that.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know if you heard that. That man is like
heavy breather.
We're gonna get Justin on the visuals now as well. I see GJ is crossing some levels here. Okay, let me just get the Zoom link out to. I see Curly also join now again.
Yes, sir. I'm back. Had some network issues, but I'm here.
What else do I hear? What the flip?
There's a gangster rap. What's going on in the background there?
No, it's something.
Yeah, sorry, it was the laptop. I had to turn off the sound. I'm busy watching an ad before the stream.
Ayo. All right, Chad. Let's just get Curly back on, and let's just get Justin on here as well. This was just me and Ed, and now all of a sudden turned into a foursome.
This is there's a lot of vanilla in this foursome.
Justin, how's your mic? Can you hear yourself?
Yes. Yeah, I sound very good, yeah. If I have to say so myself.
Nice.
Okay, we've got Curly back. Curly, please share your screen, brother.
Yeah, it's sharing.
If you will.
Oh, that's okay. Let me share that.
Justin, check Telegram there, my brother.
Perfect.
Do we have to pay extra for the mouth breathing into the mic, or is that free of?
Is it really that hectic?
No.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's sensual. I like it. It's like you're breathing in the back of my neck.
So it adds to the foursome.
This stream's going to be R-rated right quick.
Oh, damn.
All right, Chad. Let's just get Curly and Justin on your. Curly, network all good now, my brother?
I believe so. I mean, if the company's network goes out, then I will be gone again for the next 5 minutes, but then I will be back.
Justin, where's your camera, my brother?
I'm going to turn that on now.
Just mute yourself on
bro.
Zoom. Okay, sweet. All right.
Hopefully
there
next
we
week
go.
load shedding isn't a thing anymore, so we'll need to wait and see.
Sure, that camera's chalked for
Is it?
Justin. Ja,
Looks very zoomed in, eh?
is daar nie 'n way om die lig? This is heavy donker, but it's fine. We're gonna roll with it.
Oh, that doesn't even help.
All right, Chad, give me a second. Just want to get the boys back on here. Alrighty. Let me get the lads back on. What is this? Curly, we're gonna give you opportunity now as well to bedazzle the stream with your charting techniques.
All right, can do that.
But let me just first bring you into the game here. Curly FX and Justin Vessels, the Dark Vader. You will see him now.
I look like a painting, eh?
Dude, ek wonder of ons vir
Not a
jou.
oil painting, but yeah.
All right, Chad, we've got Justin Vessels here. I don't know if you saw the most recent podcast. He was one of our guests. Most recently, he's been funded before. He's on his phase 2 now for quite a big account. And then also Curly, I think, is also literally 1% away from passing.
Damn.
Let me just, sorry chat, I just need to quickly set the scene here. Let me just do this. Alright, and then we set, and then we can... Curly, anything you looking at, my brother?
Yeah, I'm currently looking at US30. I'm expecting further upside movements at the moment.
Sorry,
but,
Curly, just always remember everything to the right, yeah. We don't have a lot of real estate on the left.
Should I go through all my pairs?
No, only things that are relevant for the session.
Yeah, so I don't see anything on Euro USD at the moment. I'm kind of just flat on that. I do believe maybe I will only be trading this from next year moving forward, but however, I am looking at US30 at the moment.
Sorry, Curly, wait, let me just move that. I'm just gonna move you and Justin a little bit lower so there's more real estate. Perfect. I think that's better.
Can I continue?
Yeah.
So just let me move this camera quick. So yeah, looking at US30, I do believe we're going to see further upside movement, and the reason I'm saying this is we are overall bullish. However, I do expect smaller retracements back down, and the reason I'm saying this is because if you look at, let's actually just remove this fibs quick. So if you look at our midnight open, I do believe we need to have another correction into this area. And then if we get that with the New York Open, I will be looking to trade price back up into this imbalance.
Sorry, brother. Just keep it. Yeah, that's the perfect. Sorry, man, because it's like the chat can't see the chart. Sorry, man. It's something to get used to.
So yeah, I'm expecting a price to run down into the midnight open, and then once we get a sweep of this area, I'll be looking to trade price back up to this imbalance. So that's kind of all that I'm looking at for today. So yeah, I'll probably only get an execution within the macro times of 920 to 940, and then maybe 950 to 1010. But yeah, other than that, I will not be trading unless we actually have a run back down into this area. So I'm expecting further upside movement. So first target will be 37,460. I'll probably take a few contracts off there, and then I'll hold price into the high of the imbalance at 37507.2. So that's all that I have for now.
Curly, quick question on that is, would you trade, would you actually execute trades for that pullback, or would you rather wait for it to get into that supply zone and then try and short it from there?
Or even
I
closer to the
will
imbalance?
rather wait for price to move into the midnight open supply.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm saying this is because, you know, I have a trade plan, but I don't have a trade plan right now. So everything still needs to align. And for me, I'm a big believer in, you know, following your plan. So if I don't get that execution within the midnight open, I won't be taking any opportunities at all, because you might think that price is going to go down, but then all of a sudden you're just going to get a massive bullish run into the high. So it's very important to use strict risk management. I personally only risk 0.10% per trade. A lot of you think it's like, that's crazy, but for me, in order to lose 1%, I need to lose 10 trades. So at the end of the day, capital management is very, very important, because as traders, we never know when we're going to be right or wrong in the market, right? Everything is speculation. And at the end of the day, everything boils down to how you manage your money. And a lot of people think, smart money concepts, ICT, and all of this is all about what within the market, but it goes way deeper than that. And as soon as you understand the importance of risk management and trade management and following your trading plan, that's where you actually start to see profitability within your trading career. So for me, I won't execute until my levels are met with price and with price within time. So price can meet those levels, but if it's not within the specific macro times that I'm looking to execute with order flow, then I will not be trading today. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at.
That's exactly what we're also going to be doing in the bootcamp today, Chad, is trade management. That is why I specifically also asked the host with the most, Curly, and then also Ed. Edgar, how's the streams been, brother? Have you been enjoying it this week?
Yeah, man, it's been fun. It's nice being on the other side of the Chad.
Yeah, Chad. I just want to. Obviously, we're not ending now or anything, but Edgar, yeah, I just want to thank you for taking out your time to join me on stream, and also. Here's the things, Chad. A lot of what Edgar shared yesterday is things that he had to go through to get to that level, and is sharing it for free. He obviously paid money for different courses. He had to go through a lot of material, and I hope you guys can see the value in that, in somebody sharing a lot of information for free. He's not asking anything for it. It is purely to help the chat, and everything we do here ultimately is to help you guys. Weirdly enough, a lot of these, let me not even call it influencers or big traders or people with big followings, been messaging me saying, oh yeah, why is Rydell so sucked up to you? Why are you sucking up to Rydell? And all I told the guys, real recognizes real in this industry. And it is starting to rattle them, because the bigger this community grows, the harder it's going to be for them to sell all of that regurgitated cookie cutter bullshit they've been selling. And that is why all of a sudden it is now an issue that Rydell is actually punting this channel for the value it provides, and not actually taking the piss out of us like he's doing with the rest of the guys. So we're definitely on the right side of where we want to be and what we wanted to do this year. But I just want to quickly find something here that I want to share with you guys as well for a little bit later. I hope I say, oh, here's a beautiful.
Yeah, as time goes by with all the streams and, all the right education that's going to be shared within the community, I believe that there's a lot of South African traders that's actually getting misled right now, by buying these courses, signals, and whatever other crappy services are out there. But as soon as they see the truth, that ball starts spreading, and then all of these gurus that's making hundreds of millions of dollars, as they claim, that's actually paying for all their fancy Rolex watches and cars with signal money. They will actually get to a point where they're not going to have it anymore, because people are going to start following what's actually real and not fake. So I'm excited for that.
No, that's 100% on point. 100%.
Yeah, just a little background story on Curly. Curly, you were what was your max funding at one stage?
I was about $600,000 funded. So what actually happened was...
No, you don't have to tell us what happened.
Okay.
No, life happens. We don't want to hear a sad story. What we want to hear is how you're gonna get back to more than 600k next year. Yeah, Chad, Curly has been in the game for quite a number of years, and also somebody you can learn a lot from. We are going to do a lot of educational stuff next year as well. Myself and Curly will be sitting tomorrow. We're going to be chatting about that. We want to try and provide as much value as possible for the trading community. So, Curly, tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, my brother. Gonna map.
100% we're on a call, mixing some stuff up. Let's get it. Excited.
Mapping out next year. Yeah, we're gonna. If the Instagram influencers hated us this year, they don't even want to know.
Next year's game over.
Oh my goodness,
next
dude.
year's game over.
Oh, I'm excited.
And for all of you ICT traders that do study ICT, there's a high probability that I might get Michael himself on a call with us as a guest next year. So let's cross fingers for that. And I think that would be really, really awesome. So, yeah.
Yeah, it would be big, yeah.
Who's Michael? I've never heard of her.
So he's the founder of ICT Concepts, Inner Circle Trader. So I've been a student with him since 2016. So it's been a
Dude,
very,
but I am ICT then.
No, you're like I alphabet, bro. You're the alphabet, so
Nah, I'm kidding.
Yeah, easy there, Chris. Easy. Easy.
Ego's running away with you there.
Nah, I'm kidding. CMB concepts.
But yeah, what I wanted to mention as well, so I see that there's a lot of you guys winning accounts because we do giveaways. So what I really want you to focus on is not the monetary gains that you're actually going to get from trading, because let's be honest, we all trade to make money, right? We all trade.
Curly, sorry. Before we're gonna do another giveaway today, 200 likes. Curly will be running that giveaway as well today. Sorry, Curly, go ahead, brother. Just want to
so what I wanted to say is, like, everyone trades. Like, you will get these people that say, like, oh no, don't trade for the money. If I wasn't trading for the money, I wouldn't be trading. That's just the honest truth. But there's a very fine line between how you can really receive that information. So for me, money is important. I do trade full-time as well, and I have a full-time job, so I don't have a stress when I execute on orders and anything. And I really believe that there is nothing wrong with working a full-time job and being a trader. Most of these people that say, yeah, you should trade full-time and you shouldn't work a job, most of these guys don't even trade professionally, and they don't make money in the markets. They're just trying to get you to leave everything to join them, and then you basically lose everything. But moving forward in trading, if you're trading personal capital, prop capital, your main focus should be building your education, your trade plan, your risk management plan, and understanding the markets. Because your money that you're going to earn from your profitability, that's just going to be a product of your hard work, right? So there's a lot of people that's just trading and 1% risk here, 2% risk there. It really never works out at the end of the day, because you can't really track your probabilities and your risk management plan and how your trade management plan is working out. So if I can give advice when it comes to trading prop firms, risk 0.010%, risk 0.10%, or up to 0.50%. So maybe have two positions where if you do lose those two positions, you lose 1%. I can guarantee you that there's a lot of you guys within this chat right now. You are very profitable, you understand the markets, and I do believe that you can become a successful trader. But what's really holding you back is your ego and understanding the markets. Always remember, when you place a trade, it's not about trying to be right. It's about managing your risk and taking that trade based on probabilities and speculation. So if you can understand the importance of that, I do believe everybody can excel within their trading career. So it's up to you guys what you want to do with the information and how you want to trade. But risk management, trade management, and understanding certain time sessions within price, that's really what's going to separate profitability with, just continue blowing your accounts or having crazy losing streaks. So,
all right, Chad. I'm going to share some stuff here. I'm going to share it in the Discord as well. This is specifically for self-development. The first link I'm going to share is from Earl Nightingale. Go read his story as well. I try and listen to this at least twice a month. Really take it in. It's called The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. He actually did a book on it. So I'm going to share that link in the Discord community as well. Ed, have you ever listened to Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret?
I have not.
Really? Really? Okay.
Share your secrets with me.
No. I'm going to let you listen to it. Very powerful to do with your mindset. Go and listen to it. The Strangest Secret, Earl Nightingale. Then another book I want you guys to read over the holiday. Very easy read. Is Think and Grow Rich. I actually read it. I made notes for myself as well. I'm not going to share these notes in the Discord because then you guys aren't going to read the book. But firstly, it is, I think it's Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, the book. So the notes I made was there's 6 pillars basically about also self-development and specifically to do with money. Because here's the thing, money, they say, is the root of all evil, but again, without money you can't do anything. That cliche of money makes the world go round, that is ultimately what it's to do. You sell a lot of us sell our time for money, a lot of us sell products for money, a lot of us do a lot of things for money. However, money is not the driver of what we want to do. Money just facilitates what we want to do. So always remember that money is a very good slave, but a poor master. When it becomes your master, that is the issue. But if it's your slave, you can put money to work for a lot of things in life. If you want to do charity work, if you want to build a business, if you want to do a lot of things, you obviously need money. So money is not evil. I know some of the religious people will say, oh, money is evil, this and that. No. Your love for money is evil, but if there's a purpose behind why you want money, very, very different story. So if you only want money to enrich yourself, not for the greater good or for a greater purpose, I've got an issue with that. But if you bring people along and you can, let's say for instance, you're a businessman, you make a lot of money, but you grow your business, you employ people, you give back to the community, you enrich people, not just through money, but through education, through opportunities. That is ultimately, that's my goal in life, to get to the stage where, let's say for instance, you've got a skill, you don't necessarily have the money. I wouldn't necessarily say a venture capitalist, but to say, Edgar, you've got this weightlifting thing, I'm going to give you 500k, we're going to do an app, we're going to do a website, we're going to do social media, we're going to help you grow that business. Or Justin, for instance, that is a tech developer, to say, Justin, look, this is the idea, let's do it, let's partner. That is the dream ultimately. But obviously you need money for that. Otherwise we can just talk here on stream, we can ring a rosy, and we can do a little huddle afterwards, and we just had a nice little dream here. But ultimately there needs to be action behind what you believe for.
Chris, just check our cameras. I think we're off.
Are you off?
Curly and I are.
Oh, sorry, brother. Curly, you need to keep sharing your screen, my brother.
Curtain call.
Alright,
Keep your screen shared, because that puts the cameras back where they should be. There, nice. So just keep your screen shared. Thanks, my brother.
Yeah, that's the thing. I also just want to add on it that
the screen share is not working. The cameras won't work.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
It's you guys wouldn't understand if you haven't been in producing like I've been for the last 4 months.
No, that's the thing I also just want to add is like essentially money should just be a tool. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna get one of my famous friends on the maybe not famous for some of you guys, but he played in quite a number of TV series. He was in a Afrikaans band, a very, very solid guy. He's one of the lead actors in Binnenlanders. He's down here for a couple of days. Reinhard Higu.
No way, Rara.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so I was there by him last night. We had some pizza and stuff, and I said, Reinhard, would you mind coming on the podcast? And he said, dude, I would love to. Very, very great guy. Reinhard Higu. He also has his own production company. He also did his own TV program as well called Net Mens, where he basically interviewed a lot of famous people as well. So I'm going to get Reinhard on here as well. I don't know if some of you know Reinhard, but yeah, he's also going to give me some tips and tricks. They obviously in TV production, in series production, so we're going to show them our lightweight setup. These boys are obviously heavy hitters, but yeah, Reinhard Higu is going to be on. He's going to be on early next year. So calling on one of my famous friends.
Name drop.
That's the perks of being a multi-millionaire. I'm kidding.
Yo, Chris, do you know what you should do? Every time you start something or like take a trade, you're like, okay, everyone. So as a multi-millionaire, this edition I'll be
I'll leave that to Roger Banks.
I was about to say the somewhat cuck part about that is if you did watch this channel blow up like 3 times faster.
If I say,
but for all the wrong reasons.
If you start claiming multi-millionaire, watch this channel hit 10K by Jan.
You're right. I should do it.
And you should maybe add as South Africa's only live streamer will help as well. That algorithm will pick it up. You know?
No, weirdly enough, Chad, when I chatted with Reinhard last night, they obviously get a lot of insights with DSTV and especially CakeNet, and he said everything is moving towards streaming services, and like for instance guys having their own YouTube channel, they can see it in the views, they can see it in the trends that everybody is now almost polarizing towards rather watching one of the people that they love on YouTube. So everything is going towards that, where it's not going to be even if you think about it, how much TV do you really watch? Most of us go onto YouTube, we watch podcasts, we watch creators. Like I've got 3 or 4 YouTubers that I love to watch. So in the evenings I would check if they've got new videos out. I would watch that. So trends are shifting actually away from TV to more, let's call it your real and raw type of viewership.
Speaking of multi-millionaire, I think Price is running away with me here.
On
EU. I was hoping to go short from that supply zone, and it turned around 1 pip away.
Oh damn.
Okay, let's see what Neil... Dr. Tertius. Ja, dis ou Doctors. No, I'm kidding, Chad. I'm not really friends with him. He said 100K for the pod. And I said, that's cheap. I'll do 150.
Here's 50 for your trouble.
Yeah. Alright, what is Nila doing? Asia highs. Do not consider this as manipulation. Asia highs not taken. Asia lows need to hold. Yeah, Nila, it is... GU is weird, my brother. Because the lower time frame showing more bullish. And yeah... Even though I'm bearish on the day, however, I'm gonna need to wait and see. Dollar index would need to really get away from this daily pivot, do something like this before I can really get super bearish on the majors. Let's quickly check here. UJ still consolidating here. GJ, as mentioned, bearish on the day. However, I wouldn't have executed on this. This is almost 17 pips away, 15 pips away from the weekly pivot, and we'll need to see what we do there. And EJ still in the range. Gold. All right, Chad. Gold is starting to flip bullish on the 80, and very interesting price action here on gold. This thing is uglier than my ex-girlfriend. I only had one and she was ugly.
Yes. Yeah, at least it's your name and shame, yo.
Yeah.
Bro.
You have every one of his exes now thinking, is it me?
Yeah.
Talking about me?
But there's only one though.
Is
No,
he
I'm
zeker,
kidding.
Chris?
I'm kidding, Chad. Kidding, Chadadonia. Are you guys still? No, Obitso, we are not on the $100 to 1 million. It's too tough, my brother. Keegan got to 20,000 Rand. I got to 12K. But the thing is, I blew up. Keegan withdrew his profit. It became, I have to say, here's the thing with flipping accounts. There's no real value in it for you as a trader because you actually start to develop bad habits. Because you go for, you start doing shit that you're not supposed to do, and that starts infiltrating into your actual trading with your, let's call it real account, your funded account or your self-funded account, and those little bad habits start creeping in and out. I told Keegan, bro, like that thing became a focus for me, and you weren't even focusing on your real trading that's actually making you money. So we scrapped that. It was a nice idea. Maybe if we had a signal service and we didn't actually have to trade for money, we could have spent time on it.
Soft jab.
Yeah.
But the fact that
Chris, then again, as multi-millionaires, we don't need to do stuff like that.
Yes, that thing's gonna stick.
Multi-millionaire. I was talking to a friend of mine. I was like, it's actually funny how in trading, you can have the same trading style, but different types of goals need different types of mentalities going in. So like how you trade using a prop firm account isn't the same way you trade in terms of risk management and stuff like that. On how you do personal funds, or how you approach trying to flip an account. Like it's all three different ways of managing how you trade, and they'll have three different outcomes. So like a lot of people, like, you have a winning strategy. It's your risk management and how you manage that side of things that's actually holding you massively back.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I love what you said there. That's great.
Captain America, are you from the States? No, he's actually from Brazil. So the story with Edgar was that he was actually signed by the UFC at the High Performance Institute. And
why are you telling everyone about my failed dreams?
But we have to. And unfortunately, he was just a menace at the Performance Institute in Brazil, and they actually deported him back to SA. And he's now into weightlifting. He actually does that now for a living. Stronger than steel. Maybe a good time now to give it. Chad, let's blow up stronger than steel. Here's it, stronger _ than steel.
Yeah, I'm the only person in this room who's not a multi-millionaire, so
Yeah.
I'll help the guy out.
Yeah,
I think I'm in your corner, eh?
ask you, as a multi-millionaire, how much do you lift?
as a multi-millionaire of the weight room, I gotta.
Let me repeat that. As a multi-millionaire, how much do you lift?
How many multis can you fit into there?
I mean, I was going to say billionaire, but we can only leave that for Chris at the moment. But we'll get there soon.
Chris is close. I feel like another good 2-3 months of trading. You hit the billy mark.
Yeah, the full margin, everything.
Just full margin NFP, one time. You can retire off that.
Edgar, I don't know if that's a compliment. Guys thinking you from the States. You actually look like you can. We actually going to start a signal service. We're going to have Edgar as our marketing front. So we're going to kit him out, get that gold chains rolling. We're going to have those big shirts.
Is that like a BEE thing? Why do I have to be the face?
No, you've got size, my dude. It's all about that girth, that chest girth.
I'm a boss.
You see how wide Edgar's shoulders are? Now he's literally like a cube. His back and his chest girth is the same as his shoulder width.
Ain't no lie.
This man is literally cubed. The amount of girth on that chest is ridiculous.
I'm proud of it too. I worked hard for that chest.
We actually talked about it in the office the other day. So we were talking about gear, and obviously Keegan has used gear and stuff. Have you used some gear in the past?
I am 100% natural today.
Nice.
Today.
Today.
Okay.
Today.
Okay.
To this day or today?
No, today. Like if you test me now, I'm natural today.
Oh, damn. That's still good.
Yesterday maybe not so much, but today I'm natural.
I like it. Listen, guys, I'm gonna love and leave you. I have some retail therapy to go do. So.
Okay.
Oh, lovely. Buy me something.
What do you want? What do you want for Christmas?
Surprise me, man. Surprise me. I like being spoiled.
I'm not a multi-millionaire, so I'm sorry.
Take Chris with you.
Shot, Justin. Appreciate it.
Shot.
Is that backup done?
No, it's still busy. It's fine.
Okay.
I can get the hard drive whenever. It's not a problem.
Sweet, my brother.
Okay.
Thank you for
Perfect.
joining.
Nice.
Are you getting us Christmas presents before you go, bro?
Hey?
Are you getting us Christmas presents before you go? Because like, I can send you the invoice for Rolls Royce if you're interested.
If I had to buy you guys Christmas present, it might be sweets.
I'll
the
take
only
it,
stuff
eh?
I can afford.
I'll take it, eh?
Justin, as a multi-millionaire having the fastest Golf 7R in Port Elizabeth, how does it feel?
The Golf 7R, the side of it feels nice, but the multi-million doesn't feel so nice.
How many kilowatts are you pushing?
Currently about 320.
I need to come and race you.
Oh, 100%, dude. Whenever you're in P,
Yeah.
just hit me up, bro.
Can we run for pings?
Oh, 100%. I'm ready. I'll just
ready too,
change from the low boost map to the high boost map.
I'll bring my car, fully worked N54.
Oh, really? We're gonna go
Yeah.
from the ditch, or
Yeah,
you wanna
let's
go
go.
rolling?
I see when these multi-millionaires start talking about racing cars, I'm like, I feel so left out.
What's your time? What's your quickest time on a quarter mile?
On the quarter mile, so without getting traction in first gear, I do about a 11.9.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fastest 0 to 100 that I got was 3.8 seconds.
nice.
That is not bad.
Yeah.
That's really not bad.
Justin,
I
just
think my best time was like 10.6 or something.
Damn.
Yeah, but I will come and collect the car soon, bro. I'm
Okay, perfect.
sweet.
I know some friends.
I'll just deadlift the cars. Minty has a
Oh.
yeah. Now I feel included.
Let's organize that. I'll bring the city golf and then you
No, bro,
deadlift the
that's
city
okay.
golf.
You might know your friends. I know Chris, and he's a multi-billionaire. So you know what I
Hey,
mean?
Chad.
If I'm gonna chat to him now, like, have I done a good enough job on the stream? Can you buy me a car as a thank you?
Chad, what's going on here?
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm leaving now.
Okay. Justin, just end that Zoom call there, brother.
Perfect. I'll
Shot,
say
man.
thank you guys.
Shut
Cheers,
up, brother,
Chad.
man. Cheers, there.
Cheers.
All right, Chad, let me just do some editing here again. I just need to get Curly nicely framed again. Let's just get curly framed up again. Yeah.
Was the EU news just now? The thing is tanking.
All right, we've got curly. Okay, curly is back.
What's happening with DXY? Oh, no, DXY is filling that gap, that's why.
All right, Chad, I think we're going to get started now on, we've got our alerts set. There's DXY going for that gap fill.
Damn it, it went without me.
Let me just quickly run through before we start the boot camp now. And, all right, I'm looking at UJ. I'm going to wait and see what we do outside of this box. I want to see potentially something like this maybe a little bit later. GJ, I've got my alert set. I want a retest of that weekly pivot level. EJ still within this range. Gold hasn't moved. GU, there's that break of structure. Weekly low, daily low. I wouldn't short this. There's no real volume catalyst, and still the 80 is bullish, so maybe we can come back into this range a little bit later. EU as well. I think a lot of liquidity above here, these Asia highs, but now rejecting off that daily pivot. Not something. If the 80 was bearish, this was a perfect setup for a short, but 80 is still bullish, so we're gonna go into the trade management. This is the last and final day. As mentioned, I'm gonna start prepping those what can I call it, flashcards, playbook. I'll be working on the playbook over December, and hopefully early in Jan I'm maybe gonna get Mo to spruce it up so it looks really good. We'll be sharing that as well. And Chad, last day of the year, we're gonna go into trade management. Edgar's gonna share some of his entry drills as well, and get a notebook, grab a cup of coffee. We are about to head into this right now, and then next year I'm actually gonna Curly.
Yes, sir.
Are you keen for a boot camp next year that we can maybe do after hours, after the stream, like a full-on week boot camp?
100%. I think we should do that. I think that would be great. That would be very cool.
So, yeah, Chad, myself and Curly, we've got our meeting tomorrow to plan for next year, but I think that would be awesome. Curly, we'll chat tomorrow, maybe just watering it down a little bit, because
yeah. Do you plan to do the boot camp in person, or do you want to do it online?
No, online.
I think maybe next year as well, if you're open to it, if we can get enough people, let's say 100, 200 people, we can put something together where we actually have a live seminar where people can join. I think that would be awesome.
We'll do a live one, and we'll do Chad, but we're gonna get straight into it. Trade management, as I've mentioned before, holy grail of trading is managing your risk, managing your trade. And a lot of you have asked me, how do I manage my trades? You've seen me manage trades, and I'm going to give you just the short and the sweet of it. Very, very simple for both scenarios. So firstly, we're going to talk about a buy scenario. So we've talked previously about in the strategy Asia highs, and let me actually mark this: Asia highs and Asia lows. So here is the thing about managing trades, about potential advantage points. So in terms of, you'll sometimes hear me talk about we've got an advantage point, and that advantage point in a buy side scenario is, let's say, pre-market. Let me maybe move this up a little bit so we've got some room to work here. All right. So in a buy side scenario, we ideally want to buy below Asia lows. We've talked about it on Monday, where we talked about how a daily candle gets formed, how a weekly candle gets formed. And this ultimately, that manipulation move, that is where you want to be getting in as a trader. Even better if the daily pivot is below the Asia lows for buy side scenario, and your AD is also bullish. This is your ideal setup. What do we have as the advantage point here? Firstly, if the range is big enough for your trade from the daily pivot to the Asia lows, that is your advantage point, because most likely 8 out of 10 times those Asia lows would potentially be untested. So what do we know about the markets? When markets break a certain level, it would want to go and retest the commitment of sellers and buyers at that level. So usually what I do then is you'll see me say, all right, Chad, we've taken our buy. Where am I going to place my stops at break even? It is usually at the Asia lows, because at the Asia lows, this is where we can get downside continuation. But if we start trading back above the Asia lows, then that confirms to me that the session low has been formed. The manipulation has been done. All of this down here was purely to fake out the breakout sellers. So there's enough liquidity for the market now to start moving back inside of the Asia range. Once I usually hit Asia lows, I move my stops to break even. In what case do I manage my risk? Let's say, for instance, I entered that daily pivot. Here is the thing about price that you need to understand. Price ultimately is just about levels. Even though we see a lot of candles, if you think of it from an algorithmic point of view, an algorithm purely uses price data to execute on. So if the algo sees that there's volume and there is actual participation at a certain level in the market, how does price move away from that volume? How do we get volume in the market? Buy and sell orders. How does the market move up? When there is buy orders in the market, not sellers selling the market, when buyers enter the market. When do markets go down? When sellers enter the market. So here's the thing. If I entered off the daily pivot right here, and again, go back to Discord, go check the entry criterias, the entry drills, I would usually enter using something like this. Some type of reversal pattern in the market and a change of character and bullish order flow coming into the market. So that's the first thing. When I enter there, I want to see a definite shift from bearish order flow, where you can clearly see the market is making lower lows and lower highs, to it showing to me that the sellers are basically dying out here and buyers are willing to get into the market. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, I am concerned about the level that I enter on. So firstly, if I go on the lower time frames, I still want to see price maintaining bullish order flow. So even though I can get a pullback or maybe some type of consolidation, as long as we don't break market structure lower, I am happy to hold that position, because this here is purely corrective and it could be setting up for the next leg higher. But where I would start managing my risk is if I start seeing that on the 5-minute time frame, we actually start to take out lows and start getting back into bearish order flow, then I know that sellers are back in control and I need to exit my position up until I see buyers are coming back into the market. Secondly, a lot of times if we enter, let's say for instance, on this little minor break of structure to the upside, and a lot of times you would hear me say that if we start forming bearish market structure, I will exit the trade. Also, another thing is the level. Sometimes you'll see me where the market will come down to that level, and I would always tell you guys I will give it maybe one more 5-minute candle. Why? because I want to see whether that is just purely a retest of that level and we could potentially see buyers just immediately stepping back in, or whether that is actually the sellers coming into the market and wanting to break structure lower. So again, levels are important to monitor to see whether price is holding a certain level. Then secondly, if you are in a buy position, what do you want to see? You want to see bullish order flow. So you want to see highs being taken out and you want to see higher lows. While bullish order flow is in control, there's no concern for you. You can ride that trend up until it shifts. And that is the other part of trading that you need to understand, that while market is creating higher highs, higher lows, that is clearly showing us that buyers are in full control of the market. But once you start seeing something like this, and for some of the smart money trader guys, you would know what this is. This is that change of character. It's a change of character, Ed.
Yes, sir.
If you start seeing something like this, here's the thing though, a lot of times this can just purely be a 3-wave pullback. Because remember, if you think about how order flow works, let me actually just delete this quickly. If you think about how order flow works, and this applies to any type of concept, smart money, ICT, the market will make its initial push, the impulsive leg. And then usually what would happen is, depending on the time of day, you will start to see some type of pullback occur. But the time it takes for that pullback is not the same as the time it took for this move up. So usually this move up is a shorter distance, let's call it delta P. It is a much shorter time it took for price to, let's say, move 50 pips. But the retrace might take 3 times as long, but it only moved 20 pips. So that is that secondary market structure we've talked about. So no market just moves in one straight direction like a rocket. You get your impulsive legs, and then you get your retrace legs, your secondary market structure. And where a lot of guys get caught out is that corrections usually happen in 3 waves, 5 waves, 7 waves, or sometimes even 11 waves. And they would consider this now to be a change of character, flip. But all this is purely corrective to come back into, for instance, the way Edgar and some of the other guys trade, to come back into a previous demand zone. And if you understand order flow, if you understand levels, you are not going to try and sell into this. You'll actually look for continuation buys. And that is the thing with trade management, is making sure that if you enter a trade, that if you are in buys, you don't want to see bearish market structure. Then you are running on opium. Years ago, when I traded and I entered a position blindly, let's say for instance on a level here, and then I would hold it and the market would literally do this, and I'm still hoping this trade is going to go up. But what is this showing me? This is showing me bearish order flow. Why am I still in the trade? I want this to go up. Why the fuck am I still in this trade? And that is when I realized the thing is, the trades that work out, you're going to get that reversal. And once you enter it, it's going to start making new highs. It's going to start moving in your direction. If it does not start moving in your direction within 5 to 30 minutes, kill the trade. Very likely it's still going to continue lower. The second thing that is very important is that, let's say for instance I entered here in the market, and this is where a lot of guys get clapped. I enter here, and what happens? The market starts consolidating. Let's just delete that quickly. I entered here, for instance, let's say we had something like that. Yeah, I entered here and all of a sudden the market starts doing this. And some of you would sit in this, and again, if you go to my trade management rule, if the market consolidates for more than 25 to 30 minutes, kill the trade. Because what's going to happen here, very likely this consolidation right here is purely accumulation to follow that bearish trend where it came from. So that move down, this is purely just a reaccumulation of short orders, and what will most likely happen is we will start moving lower. Remember yesterday I told you, the more times a level gets tested, it doesn't make it stronger, it actually makes it weaker because it's building liquidity below there. So if the buyers can't take it away from a level, what do you think the sellers are going to do? The sellers are going to go and punish those buyers that are constantly trying to get the market away from that level. So I know, for instance, this, and this is maybe, I think you guys call it liquidity, Edgar.
Yes, sir.
So what the smart money guys see as liquidity, I just made it a very simple concept, as if buyers were really stepping in here, price would not be sitting there. Price would be actually moving away from that level. So the fact that we can't get away from that level is actually showing me that this is a weak buying zone, and the only thing the sellers are going to do is they're going to just punish those buyers trying to get the market away from there. Does that make sense, Chad? Secondly, Asia high, Asia low. We've talked about it so many times. If Asia lows have been taken and we are trading back inside of the Asia range, what is the most likely next target going to be? It's going to be Asia highs. So if you're back in the Asia range, your advantage point is that potential retest of Asia highs, and your potential level to monitor is Asia lows. So if we are really back inside of the Asia range, why would I want to see price trading back below the Asia lows? I want to see price holding this level. So a lot of times if I'm in buys, you will hear me say, Chad, as long as we hold the Asia lows, most likely we're going to go back to Asia highs. When will I kill my trade early? If I see something like this, for instance, let's say the market did something like this, I executed here on Asia lows, I executed my buys, and all of a sudden we start seeing something like this happening, where we come back lower, we test Asia lows, we break structure up again, but then we go and do something like this. That is usually when I kill it, because then what happened here, this is actually then the fake out. This is that deeper retrace. Some of you would say, oh, there's a fair value gap, there's an imbalance, there's an order block, whatever it is. I'm just looking at the level. My idea was that we held this level, we broke structure to the upside. I want to get in on that move, but then if I see we can't hold Asia lows, simple, get out of the trade, wait for us to basically recreate bullish order flow, where we actually start breaking structure, and then I can re-execute. Because here's the thing, order flow, bearish order flow can continue for days, for weeks, for months. And yeah, let's look at Euro USD. So Euro USD pre-market, we can clearly see what order flow is this. From here, what the heck? From here to there. This is clearly bullish order flow. Am I right, Chad? Put it on a line chart if you can't see it, but yeah, you can clearly see that from this low, we created a higher low there, higher high, higher low, higher high. And then what happened is we created this little M formation here, a little double top, whatever you want to call it, and then from there we took out that low right there. So now all of a sudden order flow is bearish on EU. So why would I try and buy into this if I can clearly see that the sellers are in control here, and very likely the way that it's moving now, any pullback is going to be sold. How can I get bullish on this? Simple. Reversal trades for the buys. I want to see something like this. I want to get into the first sign of buyers getting back into the market. And how would I know if they're back in the market? It's going to look something like this. Let me just copy this real quick. It's going to look something like that. That is what it's going to look like as soon as buyers start stepping into the market. Once we get a pattern like this, I don't want to see price then going from here, there, because then that's just a pullback into, say, a premium or whatever it is, and price can continue lower. No, I want to see price rather come back, retest that level, and then start breaking structure back to the upside. So it's all about following the market structure on the time frame you are trading. Does that make sense, Chad?
Maketh senteth to me.
For instance, here you can clearly see on GJ, somebody mentioning that they shorted GJ. Beautiful trade. So for instance, if you took GJ from the weekly pivot here, there was your setup. Very simple. Market opened up right here. There you can see that we first broke structure lower there. We failed to get back above that level. So multiple tests there. We failed, and then what happened is we had that structure break there. So again, go on Discord, sell continuation trades. It is simply this. Let me snip it for you guys. Again, simple sell continuation trade. Nothing fancy there. The only reason I told you guys I didn't want to execute on it was purely due to the fact that this was almost 15 pips away from the pivot. So it leaves me little to no margin for that pullback, and I can get stopped out and still be right on the trade. But this right here is basically exactly what you see right there. It is, sorry, no, this is the reversal one. Where's the continuation? Apologies, that is the wrong one. Sell continuations. Here's it. Continuation sells. Let me just bring that on here. Sorry, chat. I just want to show you. That is the wrong one. Talking through my ears. Yeah. Let me just delete that one. This is the trade. The continuation trade sell. So there you can see it. It is coming from. On the line chart, you can clearly see that this is bearish order flow. We're taking out lows, we're creating lower highs, and there was that break of structure right there. So if you go back to your candle pattern, you'll see that this is exactly what you're seeing here. There's that break of structure, and then from here, what is your advantage point as a trader? Firstly, let's say, for instance, we executed on the close of that candle. If that candle was here somewhere 100%, but this makes it a little bit higher risk, 20 pips stop, as always. Where's your advantage point? Asia lows. Asia lows still intact. So that is my first advantage point. If I look at my key levels, I also have 50, the half round number sitting there. And if I look at where we rejected, we actually rejected nicely off a 181 institutional level. So usually price moves in this 50 pip move. So very likely if the bearish order flow continues, this will be taken out. So there's your advantage point on the sell side. If I entered this sell trade, how would I have managed risk? I would have understood that after a little bit of an impulse leg like this, it is very likely that we can pull back to come and retest this level, something like that. So I would have said, as long as we hold below this level, it is still valid. Similar to what we had on Monday when price pushed up against us. And I said, Chad, we can't really manage risk at this stage. It was 15 pips in drawdown. It rejected a key level, something similar. I actually think it was exactly the same number, if I'm not mistaken. 181. Yeah, it is. When was that? Monday. Yeah, Chad, here it is. We actually took exactly the same setup on Monday. Here's exactly the same setup we took. We took it here. Go back, you'll see it. We took this setup right here. 20 pip stop. We took it right there and we went for a 1-to-1. And remember, I think it was on this candle, Edgar, when I said we like already committed. So I told you guys we're either going to hit stops, but I'm happy to hold it if price can reject this key level, which was the weekly pivot, and we did reject it and we came lower. The 80 was bearish, everything was still in line. Actually using, this was more a reversal sell setup. Let me just show you guys here. We actually used more of this. This was actually what I was looking at. I was looking at that to happen. So this was the idea. That's why we executed there. What you're seeing there is that pullback. We actually broke minor structure. If you look here, that was the last lower high. So this was a potential change of character back to the upside, but then we got this, and that is basically why I executed on that trade. And luckily it worked out for us. We hit our TP. I think it did continue lower. Yes, it did. So very weird that it's at that level again now. Yo, okay, how long did I talk? I think I need to talk less. Chad, does that make sense? I'm going to go for some questions. Chris, Neil van der Westhuizen. If you look for a buy scenario and we trade below Asia lows, will you wait for Asia low level to break and retest for buys, or will you enter when we create and break a resistance? Very good question, Neil. That is a very, very good question that you've got there. And here's my thing, Chad. Let's say, for instance, the daily pivot was here. My daily pivot is here, and it is literally, let's say, 3 pips away from Asia lows. My mindset is, why would I risk the fact that we can still reject Asia lows, and I only have a technically, let's say if I entered there, I only have a 2 pip advantage point, because I want to go break even at Asia lows. So ideally, Nila, if you've got anything with like 5 to 8 pips away from the Asia lows, then that gives you enough of an advantage point for the trade to go into profit and for you to safely move your stop to break even. But if the daily pivot is sitting so close to the Asia lows, I'm more than happy to miss out on 3 pips and wait for the market to actually show me that it wants to hold Asia lows and continue higher. If that makes sense, Nila.
That multi-millionaire advice.
Yeah. So here's my thing now. We can clearly here you can see, for instance, why I use the 200 EMA on the 5 minute as a dynamic support and resistance, because yesterday when I took my buys on GU, I shared it in the Discord as well. Let me show you the setup yesterday. So yesterday, Asia lows was still untested and the daily pivot. So I had an idea that we can potentially push back into that zone up there. And once we started breaking structure here, you can see that this was, what time was this? I entered literally here. I entered on the pullback of that candle, and I actually added on this pullback. So my average entry was there, 15 pips, and we were creating bullish order flow. And if you look at it here, look at where the market rejected. So a lot of times you'll see that if I'm trading into that 200, I will go break even here, because that becomes a dynamic support and resistance level. And why risk it? Because this is most probably the most key moving average that you can use on the 5 minute is that 200. Earlier in the week, yeah, you could see this was Tuesday. That was pre-market with that news. See how beautifully it held that 200, held the weekly pivot, held the daily pivot, and moved away from there. So again, we're not using it as an entry drill, but we're purely using it as a trade management tool. That is a potential level where sellers or buyers can enter into the market. So let's quickly look at what we've got going on here. All right, so smart money guys, ICT guys will look at this and they will say, all right, let's pull our fib here. Here's my fib. Here's my OTE zone. I want to be selling into that level. There's my OTE. We created a session low. We've taken Asia highs. We've taken Asia lows. I want to sell on this. Personally, I am neutral on the day. 80, however, is showing me bullish. So what I would then do is I would look at what we do. Almost thought that's a daily pivot. I would look to see what price is doing at the Asia low. Weirdly enough, all that information from previous years, I would still look at that and I would still be like, a lot of times the order block boys will be right. The guys that trade order blocks, that 5 minute order block there, they're not wrong. But I know, for instance, that price would want to go there. And if it holds Asia lows, I can trade price into that level where the order block guys want to start selling. Because we have not really tested, after those rejections, we haven't really tested that daily pivot level. It's just the weekly daily pivot level. So I can trade it from Asia lows up until there. It's not a big range. What is it? 10 pips. So not something I'm interested in, but just simple levels. Asia lows held. We've already taken Asia lows. It's back inside the Asia range. Maybe we go back up there. Where will I move stops to break even if I take a trade? 200 EMA. We've seen it to be a dynamic support and resistance level. And then just target Asia highs. Bull, I get goosebumps when you say, for example, during stream chat, I told you, go and check yesterday's stream, and brew, literally chat can go verified, played out. You said on the day. Yeah, I hope some. Chris, if you look at Nas, this upward pattern. Okay, let's see. Let's check Nas. Alright, here's the thing with Nas though. 80 is showing me that buyers are not really involved in this. There's very little buyers in this. Remember what I told you guys, if we can get a deeper pullback to that level, that is ideally where I would want to look short. According to my rules, I cannot trade this. If the 80 was bullish, then this could be a valid trade setup. How would you execute this? You would have needed to execute either here on the close of that candle with a 30 pip stop, or you can wait for a retest, because if you think about it, on one occasion we failed to hold, second occasion we failed to hold. So this breakout here above the daily pivot level would need to hold the retest. So we have yet to close above, hold the retest. So in a lot of cases, if I see this, I would tell you, Chad, let's see if price can hold it. Similar to Euro USD yesterday. I told you guys, yeah. So yesterday, where was it? Here it was. So yesterday, I told you, there's the, no, that's not a daily pivot. What cock am I talking? That was our daily pivot. So remember yesterday when we closed above here, I said, Chad, let's wait to see if we can hold above the pivot, because not once did we close above and the retest held. Every single time the retest failed. And exactly what happened, we absolutely capitulated lower. So, yeah, I love and respect your confidence in your craft. I appreciate it. Nice. How do you get your buyers to stay in the top right corner? A lot of willpower, David. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Chad.
You have to be a multi-millionaire to be
A
able to do that.
No. So let me see. If you go to your text box on the left, there's a thing called anchored text. Let me bring it in. That little text bar there. So whatever you put in there, it will literally stay there. So it's that anchored text. It's that one right there, anchored text. All right, Chad. I've spoken a lot. Edgar, I'm gonna give Edgar an opportunity here to go through his entry drills. Give me a second. Edgar, you are live, brother.
All right, folks. So very similar in terms of thinking in the way Chris likes to do things. So I'm looking at overall order flow. You're gonna break down the order flow from daily, 4-hour, as your swing structures, and you go down to the 15-minute, and that is going to be my what I call my execution timeline. So I explained a lot of that yesterday. So getting into like nitty gritty of like how I'm planning on entering on the day. So following order flow and understanding where price ultimately wants to go is how you understand where you want to enter from. So part of the whole thing is just understanding where you want to enter from. So as you can see here, price is trending up, comes down into areas of supply, breaks up, creates areas of supply here, which eventually comes down, mitigates, comes back up, and price is trending in this upward market. So overall, you tell, okay, cool, price is overall bullish, so I'm more interested in coming in for buys than I am going in for sells, because I'm better able to anticipate where I want to get these buys from.
I've got a question for you, bro. So
yeah, go for it.
In terms of your daily bias, right? In terms of like correlation, corrections, and all of that with the dollar index, what are you expecting long term? Because I honestly do believe we are going to see further downside movement. So we're obviously going to see a correlation with euro dollar moving towards the upside. But I think we're probably going to get that moving into the first quarter, shifting into the new year. So that's what I'm looking at. So I don't even know if I'm going to trade, ending now quarter four, but I think in the new year we will be presented with a lot of opportunities.
So on that, what I'm expecting, if we go up to the daily timeline, I have, with my analysis of how I've worked out things, I've had this strong daily high being created here, a strong weak daily low created here. My overall expectation is that at some point, which is probably going to happen like the first quarter of next year, after this leg down, this little change of character on the daily timeline, we have now gotten somewhat of a pull back up into price has gone up into areas of premium. We then had this bearish leg come up, a test of supply zones over there, and then some slight bearish momentum here. So what I'm anticipating is sometime over the next couple months, what's going to most likely happen is either price is going to come up a little bit, really go into areas of supply up here, shift and target these daily week lows, or we're going to start to see that little shift from up here.
If you look at your break of structure, right, a little bit above that, you can see that there's a daily imbalance over there. So look at your indicators where you're hiding the one indicator. So go a little bit up, you'll see that there's a fair value gap over there with also daily imbalance. So I feel that if we can get a correlation with dollar index, euro dollar, and we do see that, downside push happen within the new year, I do believe that we are going to fill that fair value gap, because that's also inefficiency in the market. and then we're probably going to take out all the buy stops that's resting above that area, because there are a lot of orders resting above there. I think if I looked at the heat chart, there's probably around 1.2 billion in orders. So I think what's going to happen,
I don't know this fair value gap here.
yeah, that fair value gap over there. So that's also a inefficiency where price needs to correct into that.
Yeah.
So if you look at the monthly as well, you can see that we had multiple structure shifts within the market to actually see higher pricing. So I don't know, it's very difficult now because I mean, we are in the fourth quarter and we are closing soon. The market's never closed, but just in terms of the quarter, and I think with the new year, we are going to see higher pricing. So we need to wait for that, because that price imbalance definitely needs to get retested and balanced out. So
yeah, so from my perspective, I'm not trying too hard to predict when that's going to happen. I do have the overall bias that it will probably shift up into areas of supply, come down and shift either early in the quarter, or like the markets do. That could happen in the first quarter. The price could decide it wants to only do that next year around fourth quarter. It can be quite unpredictable, but I do use that to base off what my overall intent for market is. So right now, I do know we are in this pullback here. We have yet to confirm whether this pullback up into these areas of supply is over or not. So going into that, I know that my overall bias is still bullish going in. Need that. There we go. So my overall bias is still bullish going in if you follow order flow all the way up. So what I'm looking for now is really clean order blocks or areas of demand where I can predict I want to enter from, where I think price has a good probability of shifting around. So if we look at just recently, I missed this one because I decided your boy needed some downtime. But if we look at this one, on Tuesday, we had this really powerful displacement up, which left a nice clean order block here. We then had a nice little pullback, another break up to the upside, pullbacks coming in, and then eventually this nice little shift, creating a good amount of liquidity resting around here. So what I would have done with this, because I'm overall bullish in my bias, so I'm going with trend. This would have been a phase A for me, phase A setup. What I would have done is what you could have done is just risk enter on this zone. By risk enter, I mean you put a limit order in, you put the entry right at the top of this zone where the zone starts. How you identify a zone is basically the last sell to buy candle that's formed. So this sell to buy candle, right at the top of the sell to buy candle, your stop loss being the bottom of that zone, normally leaving a little bit of leeway just for in case you get any liquidity grabs just underneath the zone. And you would see like right there, because you had order flow in your favor, predicting this nice little pullback coming down to tap you in, and then a nice bullish push up, targeting a mechanical 1:3 RR. You would have gotten a clean entry with barely any drawdown, coming in, spiking back up. Now, if you were unsure about the zone, because we did have a zone up here, and we had an extreme zone down here, which was just as valid as this one here. So what you could have done, instead of risk entering, maybe you only planned on risk entering up here, if you wanted to make sure that you had correctly predicted the zone, what you could have done is go down into the 1 minute timeline. Now I just need to figure out where this all played out now, over here. If you go down to the 1 minute timeline.
I think it's more left. Is it not more left?
No, this should be.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Is it?
this is the one. So you go down to the 1 minute timeline and you wait for when price enters your zone. So you got this nice little wick right here entering zone, and you got this nice little change of character. Now, if you take concepts from Wyckoff, which I am not completely versed in, but I understand the basics of it. You
honestly, it's supply and demand. Like if you look, and Chris will tell you the same, most of these concepts that everybody is using, it's kind of just like a brand new wording term, like rebranding something to, I don't know, just sell education. But everything that you're speaking about is basically how everybody trades, because you need to note, right? Everything follows price action. So without price action, there is no strategy, pretty much. Like, you can use strategies to extract profits from the market, but yeah, it's basically all the same. And I think that's why so many people are unprofitable, because they actually don't understand that they're just trying to overcomplicate everything. But yeah, also what I wanted to say, everybody that's on the chat, if we get 200 likes on the stream, we'll be doing some account giveaways. So
yeah, it's a good
make
like,
sure
boys.
you drop some likes there. I think it's a $10,000 account. I'm not sure. Chris will confirm
with that. That's a sweet account to have, guys. Full free. All you gotta do is like the stream, get the 200 likes, and then we'll give the giveaway right after that. We won't even wait till the end.
Yeah, guys, $10,000. Like, come on, you can do it. Just drop a like.
So yeah, so you would wait for that little change of character. What tends to happen on the 1 minute timeline after a little change of character there's normally like a fake change of character. You tend to get like a sweep of liquidity just underneath that, which we got here. So what I would have waited for is right after that sweep of liquidity, I would have waited for a fair value gap to open up, of which we got one right there. So how you look at what a fair value gap is, you're basically looking at 1, 2, 3 candles. That second candle, you're looking for a point in price where no other candle has accounted for it yet. So if you look at 1, 2, 3 candles, you can see the wick of this candle is covered by the wick of that candle, so we don't have a fair value gap there. But if you look at 1, 2, and 3 here, if I zoom in a little bit more, 1, 2, 3, you can see that wick ended there, that wick ended there, and this candle in the middle had nothing accounting for price right there in the middle. So that would be your fair value gap. So what I would have done then is enter right where that fair value gap starts. Then you can either be a little bit more risky and just put your stop loss at the bottom of where that little fair value gap originated from, or if you want to play it super safe, you can go right to the end of the zone. But I would have risk entered over there, and what you're gonna see now, once I zoom out here, find out where price went to, is even though you waited for a slightly later entry, your risk to reward would have been exactly the same, because you were able to refine your zone a little bit tighter. So you can see how with this entry, your 3R would have hit that level. And if you did a risk entry, risking right at the zone, stop loss just beneath that zone, your 3R would have been, I didn't account for a little bit of wick there. So your 3R would have been roughly at the same place. So you are still getting a nice 3R, but with less movement in the market, which the advantage of that is now you're a little bit more sure of where entry, you're a little bit more sure of your entry, because you've confirmed that direction is tending towards that direction. So it's a little bit safer, but you get a very similar RR, which is the advantage of doing things that way. So that's a nice little example on Euro USD that happened that had occurred yesterday on how that would have happened. I had one on Aussie USD a couple days back somewhere. Yeah, so this was on Friday. So very similar setup. You had a nice, I was overall bullish in my bias. You had a nice little break of structure here. What's really nice, what I've noticed anecdotally on Aussie USD, don't quote me on this, I haven't back tested it extensively yet, but something I have anecdotally noticed is that Aussie USD tends to really respect its Asia ranges. So what I've noticed, for example, is once if it totally breaks an Asia range, it's going to go a certain distance and then turn around and go retest the Asia range to test the other side of it. So using that as a confluence, using this bullish momentum push here, the liquidity that was resting down here in this demand zone, I risk entered on here. And you can see how we had a very precise, so you look at the last major sell to buy candle as the zone marker. You had a nice precise entry, tapping in, zero drawdown, coming up for a beautiful mechanical 3-hour trade. The reason I do mechanical 3-hour trades is because the strike rate on those is a little bit higher. When you start trying to swing for the fences and go for 5 hours, 6 hours, whatever, then your strike rate at full take profit tends to be a little bit lower. So for me, I found a 3R tends to be the greatest risk to reward for me, that has a high enough strike rate that it ends up with me being net profitable at the end. So that is my strategy. That is my entry confirms, is either entering right at the zone or trying to confirm entry. Now, the disadvantage with the confirm entry sometimes is, if you look at this example, if we now try and find where this occurred, is you, if I remember correctly, I would not have gotten an entry in a nice position for me on here, because this wick just tapped the zone and flew up, and looking for a nice little change of character, because we had such bearish momentum coming down, it's really hard to identify where the change of character would have occurred. You could have used these individual buy wicks in between selling pressure as a sort of indication, but it wouldn't have been as clear and wouldn't have been as easy to have gotten the confirmation entry off this. You still technically could have used this little buy candle as where your change of character occurred. So as it broke through here, come down into areas of supply, but then it quickly reversed into the other direction. So when you have a really strong trending market, it's a little bit more difficult to get a confirmation entry in. So you do run the risk of missing a few more entries. But the advantage is on the entries you do catch, you have a little bit more confidence, a little bit more confluence that these entries and positions are more likely to be held. So yeah, any questions on that?
Chat. Okay, let me just get it back on. Where's Curly now? Has he gone?
He has disappeared.
Oh, Daisy. Yo.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what happened.
Chad, is there any questions? Now is the time. Sorry, I missed this UJ trade. Not missed. We went through some other information. There's going to be many of this. Remember.
I'll be back now.
Also go back on the stream. Remember what I said, we are bearish on the day. Daily time frame is bearish. I actually drew this out. Go back on the stream. So how could you have entered on this? So there's your weekly pivot. There's that 200 EMA. Here you can see very nicely that order flow was bullish all the way from Asia lows. And where did we get that shift? So again, in terms of the entry drills that I've shared in the Discord, if you have not yet joined the Discord, we are deleting the Discord after today. I'm kidding, we're not deleting it. But anyways, join it. If you go onto the Discord, this is classified as a reversal trade. So this for me is a reversal trade. So let's just copy that over. Let's have a look at it. Let's see how we could have executed on this bad boy. How could we have executed? So, all right, there we have it. So I classify this as the last low. That for me is a structure. Was that structure? If you look at it from there, we took out the most recent highs. Those highs were taken out. So that is a break to the upside, and then we had the structure break lower. Let me just see how many pips away it was in terms of the rules I have. Remember, I want to enter as close as possible to the pivot level. This was 7.9, so it's borderline. But with this little pullback, you could have entered, say, 5-6 pips away from it. That is valid. So there was a potential trade setup. Let's quickly do this bad boy in hindsight, how I would have managed this trade. 20 pip stop, as always. For those guys that are new, I use a mechanical stop loss. the yen pairs, I always use a 20 pip stop. Never changes, 20 pip stop. And for the dollar pairs, I use a 15 pip stop. Yeah. Mechanical, never changes. That's why my lot sizes are always the same, because that is what I use.
You know what I appreciate is like like we have really different styles where you have a mechanical stop, whereas I have a mechanical TP target. So my SL changes, but my TP target is my RR rather is a mechanical 3R in most trades, whereas you have a mechanical stop.
Oh yeah. All right, so how would I have managed this trade? So let's say I executed there. We can clearly see that we broke structure right there. And I would have been comfortable if I immediately went into drawdown, because we have now broken below this level. And at any stage can we come to retest that level. So what I would have wanted to see, if I was short in this market, I would have not wanted to see price do something like this. Reject, come back lower, let's say even to my entry, and then break like that. That I don't want to see. If we had a break, for instance, like this, and this was a little bit of a consolidative move, I would give it 1 5-minute candle to see if price can then come back below that level. So that is in some cases where I would say, Chad, this could just possibly be a deeper retest, and if I just get a rejection on the next 5 minute, I'm still happy to hold. But let's say we create some type of structure against this weekly pivot level, and we start breaking structure higher. That is a no-go for me. If we do something, let's say for instance like this, then I'll get out of it, because then it's showing me, again, remember what I said previously, if sellers are really going to take control of the market, why is it still sticking at this level? If sellers are really in control after 1 or 2 tests, the sellers are going to take this lower. They're not going to stick around here. They want to take price away. All right. Now what I would have done is, now we go back to our key levels or our institutional levels. Where's the first institutional level? Right there, 143. Big round number. Once we hit that level, I would have gone break even. Why? These levels bring in a lot of reaction in the market. So at any stage, can price hold this 143 and start making its way all the way back up to even potentially go and test the 50. So why would I risk that? Because again, think about this. This is something I struggled with for many years. There's always a potential to re-enter a trade. So let's say even if I am bearish and the market does not go to my TP and we start retracing and the order flow is still longer term bearish, I can wait for my entry setup right here. Exactly this setup that I got here, I can wait for it here. So if I didn't get my TP here, that pullback is beautiful. Then we've tested the weekly pivot and I can feel comfortable that we can now go lower. So do not get married to a position. Always think mentally that I do have the opportunity for a re-entry. Always think about it. Nila, this was something that myself and Neil discussed, and Neil eventually thought like, flip, I'm out at break even. And I said, Nila, there's always a chance for a re-entry. There's always, if the trade is still valid, you'll get a chance for a re-entry. Otherwise, it's just you're on the wrong side. And if this thing starts moving up from here and it does not fail at the weekly pivot and it actually starts doing this, then obviously it wants to go higher.
Chris, tell me, on those re-entries, are you re-entering at the same level you entered the first time, or are you trying to re-enter only after a shift, a further shift in market structure?
No, I'm looking for just for that level. So the level this morning that was key was this level, the weekly pivot. So re-entries will, if it comes back here and we start rejecting again and the 80 is still bearish and we create some type of reversal trade, a sell side reversal, I would look for re-entries. And you see why I would have gone break even there, because the 143 big level in the market. Chad, 200 likes. We're doing a giveaway. We're actually giving away a $10,000 VF challenge.
Oh yeah.
200 likes.
There was a question. Where was it now? Is the account live immediately, or is it still a simulated challenge?
No, it's a challenge. Why would we ever give away? No funded company is giving you a funded account.
Listen, bruv, you gotta prove yourself first, eh?
Who asked that if it's live?
It was a little bit a while back.
But before I forget, myself and Curly actually chatted about it. I think it was last night, where we talked about concepts and specifically ICT. And the majority of the guys that trade ICT well, or any strategy, literally took little bits of pieces from that strategy and made it their own. So at no stage is it just purely what this guy's teaching or that. So for instance, Edgar, like you mentioned, he's going to be back testing, looking back on the year. There's maybe little nuggets that Edgar's going to start adding, which is not taught, but is making the strategy his own. Chad, just to get back to you, Jay. So again, let's quickly look at it. So you've had this thrust down. You had this push down. Okay, we technically break even after hitting that round number there. So we've got this reaction here. So what you would want to be seeing if you are in the sells is you want to see that we break structure below this level. And if you start getting that, let's check GJ. All right, GJ, for instance, if you took the sells here, I would have actually gone break even here on the daily S1, because that is a daily S1 level. So at any stage can you start rejecting there to go back higher. But I think you would have been out of this trade, or me personally, a 1-2-1. Let's see. Yeah, it gave you almost 30. So you would have been out there already. Looking for longs on GU. Alright, let's see what Nila is looking at here. My man. Oi, Nila. Share the trade with us, brother. Nila is looking for a long arena here. Chad, this is the... Let's see if we can get this. We can take this trade together as a simulation. Let's take a simulated trade here together. Let me just open up my terminal. Let me...
Are we full porting this, Chris?
No, 100%, bro. 100%.
I'll put like 500k on it. So if we lose, then yeah.
You don't become a multi-millionaire playing things safe.
We're already multi-millionaires.
Dude, I'm a betting man. You know that.
100%.
Okay, let's take this trade, and all right. So we currently creating bullish order flow. I just want to open up my terminal. Where is GU? Okay, we need to close above there though. That is important for me. Are we gonna get a trade here today? Ooh. Terminal. Okay. However, it needs to close bullish. It can't close like this. Let's see if there's any other trades we can potentially execute on here this morning. There's that little daily key level we talked about on that little zone there, little zone arena. Alright. Okay, you see what we talked about previously, Chad. None of the retests have held. GU struggling there. German 30 just dying. GJ, nothing there. Gold. Let's see. Maybe we can.
Chris, remember last night we spoke about the gap on the dollar? I think we might actually go and fill that.
The one from earlier in the week.
Yeah. So go to dollar index quick. And then
oh yeah, I see it. It's at the weekly pivot, 102.50.
Yeah.
All right, Chad. So here's the thing with the dollar. You can clearly see impulse leg, corrective leg, impulse leg. This is a little bit impulsive for a retrace, but again, it's just purely a retest of daily pivot Asia highs. Let's see what GU is doing. All right, now GU is fighting for its life here. GU is fighting for its life. Let's see if we can execute. I'm going to give it a little bit. Somebody asking what is based the fixed stop loss, Chris? The market conditions aren't always the same. Danny Gibson, that is for you to find out, my brother. It took me a lot of data collection to get to that point. So data collection is the reason for that. Market conditions are not the same, but probabilities change, and if you work within a certain framework of probabilities, you would understand why you can use, we actually talked about it earlier in the week, average daily ranges of price, and that is what it's based off, and also actually testing to see what is the maximum reaction of a certain level, and then using the average. You can use 50, but there needs to be a reason why you use 50 pips.
It's hard to lose when your SL is the total daily range.
No, then you can't lose. Nila, chat to me on WhatsApp. Yeah, no trade for me as well. Curly, any closing remarks, Chad?
Closing remarks in terms of trading, I don't see anything at the moment from my side. I mean, I will be trading the US Open. Sorry, not the US Open.
NYC Open.
New York Open with US30. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But in terms of dollar index, euro dollar, pound dollar, I don't see anything at the moment. I'm kind of just sitting on my hands. I'm flat on cash, and yeah, I need to do 1% more, and then I will pass my valuations that I'm busy with, and yeah, I'm looking forward, but there's no reason to rush it. So we'll see what happens.
Edgar, my brother.
Me, I'm still looking for shorts on EU. My zone is still valid, so if price brings up to there, but if that does not happen before 2 o'clock, that is me for the year, gents. And then a couple of weeks of back testing, and I'll see you guys on the other side.
Chad, first and foremost, I think we anyways going to do a giveaway. We won't do a 10K, but we'll do a 5K And no, we'll definitely close with that. I just firstly want to thank each and every one of you, all of you guys supporting us. We're going to do the giveaway now, but all of you guys supporting the channel, the chat that comes in every day, for the guys that made a positive contribution to the chat. Ultimately, this is a community. Like I've always said, we are all in this together, and almost 186 people. So think about that. 186 minds together is better than one mind. At no stage do I think I'm the best trader or the perfect trader. I'm still every day working on my craft. I'm still every day questioning a lot of things. How can I improve this? How could I have been part of this? Ultimately, it is it's continuously growing. I don't think you ever get to a stage where you will say, I am, let me not say complacent, where you feel like, oh, I've reached the pinnacle. There's always more, but in that, let's call it that journey for more, do not get lost in the source. Still have your foundation, because if you don't have a foundation, all that extra information is just going to confuse you. At least just have a base. At least just have the ability to close out a week profitable, a month profitable, and slowly but surely start adding those steps. Don't try and skip. This is thing with trading, with investing, it's the long game. Chad, I told you guys I studied for almost 5 years before I started making any type of money. So why would we expect to make money in the first month of trading? Give yourself, broaden your perspective in terms of trading. Give yourself 3 years. Tell yourself this is a 3-year plan. The thing with trading gains is that it's not your trading gains are not like this on a graph. This is what people fail to realize. This is not the growth of a trader. Your growth can look something like what mine did. It can do something like this, then go down. You can consolidate, and all of a sudden there's that point where it's exponential. So forget about the time aspect. There's a time where things are going to exponentially start growing. So don't get lost in the source. But again, thank you so much, Chad. Sorry, Cools, I'm going to be with you now. Just want to thank each and every one of you. Thank you for the support. I also want to take out this time to thank Vault Markets and Vault Funder for the opportunity, Chad. Without their buy-in into this project, it wouldn't have been possible. They set up an office here for us in Port Elizabeth for the Eastern Cape community, and again, I think the only broker that is supporting an initiative like this. So big thank you to Vault Markets and Vault Funder. Sorry, Curly, you were saying?
So yeah, I'm not sure if you want to select the winner, but I did send you a number that we can choose. I think it's a very difficult number.
Where did you send it?
To your WhatsApp.
All right, Chad. Give me 1 second. I just want to grab a piece of paper, and we're gonna get that giveaway going.
This is gonna be epic. Last giveaway, last stream for the year, folks. Now, what's Curly? What's the range?
From 1 to 100.
1 to 100. That's a good range. It's a good range. There's a couple people in the chat who are like psychological with this. Like, what's the most common number to pick?
All right, Chad. Let me just go to slow mode. Slow mode. You guys know what? Edgar, I'm actually going to give you a $5,000 account as well for joining us this week.
Hey, would you look at that?
Just for being a legend. So Edgar, I'll sort Edgar out as well.
You're too kind.
All right, Chad. Chad, baby. Giveaway time. Let me just write this number down that Curly sent to me.
Give it a second, folks. Give it a second.
Chad, it only starts when I type start. We maybe even still take GU longs here as well.
Don't waste your 30 seconds there.
Oh shit, GU might run away.
It's still there. It's still there.
Why am I searching the coop on trading?
Your mind's already on the ending. Chad, slow down. Stop. We haven't started
Yo,
yet.
chat, chill. Whoa. When we say go, then you can go.
Okay.
Eager beavers, chill.
Chatadonia.
When Chris says start in the comments, then you can go.
Okay. Chad, 1, 2, 3. Let's go, baby.
Latons.
Go.
Okay, now you can go.
Oh, Chad, it's the end of the year. We give me a count away here.
Wait, what am I looking for? Okay, got it. Got it. Someone got it.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, that was quick.
Did someone get it?
Wait. Before wait. Let me order this.
I'm seeing one here.
Oh,
that was
nice.
before start. You get one.
Wait. Where did I type start? No. So Chad. Chad.
That was quick, boys.
Nigel, what are you doing, my brother? You are the winner. Nigel is the winner. The number was 59. We can clearly see it.
Wait. Are you sure?
Yeah, it's Nigel.
Wait, I got. Wait.
Wait, where?
Starts there.
Wait, no, sorry.
No?
No. I see Ken.
Ken, my brother.
Ken is
sorry.
the winner.
Ken, you are the winner, my brother.
Nigel must be heartbroken right now.
Sorry, Nigel.
Do you know what's crazy? I love it. Like every time there's a giveaway, there's always someone in the comments that are like, yeah, 69.
Always.
69.
Listen, I admire Ken. Ken wrote 59 3 times. Like he was
Chat,
sure.
sorry. If you want to, there's a speculative long. I'm not going to take it, but just purely on what we teach here. How far is that? Let's see. You could have entered there, and we will manage this trade together. If you feel free to enter this. This is a valid setup, and we're gonna go back to mute, and let's see what she does. Very, very simple. Stops to break even 200 right there. You want to see this Asia lows hold, but Chad. Baby, this is the year 2024. Bigger, better, stronger, faster, leaner, richer.
Amen to that.
If you are married, more sex for you, my brothers. If you are not married, you shouldn't be having sex. Get married. Chatadonia, what a year. What a
year indeed.
What a journey it's been. 2023. Come on, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
Here's the thing, Chad. If 2023 wasn't your year, Edgar talked about it. It is time to reflect.
Yes, sir.
I think there's a lot of good we can take out of any bad situation. So go back on the year, learn from it, come back 2024, come back ready. Chad, 2024 is going to be an epic year, not because we are manifesting it, but because we are in control. Every single day, you are the captain of your own ship. You choose your own destiny. Nobody else for you. Nobody else is going to come and help you. That's the thing. You need to realize that in life. Life is sometimes going to kick you in the teeth. You're going to cry a little bit. You're going to feel depressed. But at the end of the day, you need to pick yourself up. Nobody else is going to pick you up. I've been there. I've been in the dumps. I've had depression. I've had no money. I've had no hope. And something just inside of me said, Chris, pick yourself up. There's people fighting bigger battles than you, Chad. So come back inspired. Have a good rest. And the 8th of Jan, maybe a little bit earlier, we will be back full force. Chad, peace and love, and we will see you guys in the new year. Same energy. I'm about to level up over December, take some time off, and I'm going to enjoy it, but I'm going to come back refreshed, renewed, and I hope you guys do the same. Let's keep in contact in the Discord. Join the Discord, but if not, Chad, Merry Christmas. Remember the reason for the season, and Happy New Year and all. Chad, please, everyone, come back safely in Jan. The time is now to act, and Chad, we are so ready for it. But peace and love, my Chad. See you guys in Jan. Edgar, thank you so much, my brother.
Absolute pleasure.
Curly, peace and love, brother. See you on the other side.
Return to the Mac. Get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up. First shot, come strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Bad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music. I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT shit hustling. Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back crush shit. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back, this is the moment.
thank you. Yeah, I'm so damn grateful. I grew up really wanna go fronts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me. Go hard like I got an 808 in my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on shark week. Raw, time to go up, gone. Deuces goodbye. I got a world to see. And my girl, she wanna see Rome. Caesar make you a believer. Nah, I never ever did it for a throne. That validation comes from giving it back to the people. Now sing this song and it goes like, raise those hands, this is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. Learn from that failure, gain humility, and then we keep marching.
And we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Chad, baby.
And all my people say, and all my people say, and all my people say,
Let the night come before the price run. Some might